everybody, it's Ellen again. I am going to show you how to make the herringbone bracelet on one loom. And then I'll also show you how I would extend this using one loom as well. So you can make it so it goes all the way around your wrist, because I know it is a short piece for the length of loom, so we'll get started with that. And just need our loom here. We're going to start with the loom in an offset pattern with the low pin here going up towards the right. So just one loom like that. What we're going to do first is lay the, let's see, put it this way, the way it's supposed to be. We're going to lay the bands that are going along the outside, my black bands. So I'm just going to start here at the bottom and lay bands all the way up. Because all the way at the left side, I don't know if I said that. The left side. Alright, like that. And now I am going to take apart the loom to do this just because it's easier for me. I think that you could probably do a transfer of it to do it differently, because I don't, it's the end caps are pretty large in the center, so that's where you would reattach it for the to make the bracelet, the other half of it. But I'm going to take apart the loom, so to make that a little easier, I'm going to drop bands for the next part of the bracelet. First, I'm going to end up calling my black lines, I'm going to call those the stripes, and then my colors, I'll probably end up calling those the fillers, just so in case kind of can follow me if I don't explain quite as well. But my stripes, my black bands, I'm going to drop one on every single pin. So the one that's the majority will be on every pin. So I'm just going to drop one band all the way down. Because then we don't have to try and pull them up and under later. Makes it a little easier. So all the way down, like that. And then we need to lay the colors for the filler. And we're going to, however your pattern is going to go, you're going to start on the second peg with your color. So mine is red first. So I'm just going to drop a red one, an orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then the same thing. Like that. We're not dropping it on this first one because when we do the second half of the loom, I don't know if I have, we're just going to take this band and it'll be pulled down towards the peg. So that's why there's nothing here, because we're actually looming a little bit more than half the first time, because we're going to include the center as well. So that's why there's nothing on this first one as far as a color, stripe, or anything, just the main color of the bracelet. So once you have those on, then we're going to lay our stripe bands, which are my black ones again, and we're going to start over here on this side and just go in. So like that all the way down the loom, every row. So like that. And then we need to do the colors on mine, or the filler bands in between the stripes. We're going to do that by taking a band from here, stretching it to here, and then up, and then stretch, and then up. So, I'll show you that. So from this corner to here, from here to here, from here to here, and that's broken, and then from here to here. So just like that. And then we'll do the next one the exact same way. Stretch that one over, up, over, and up. And you just push those down because we're going to do end caps on them after a while here. So then your next color, notice how where my band is, so the color is before that. So, over, up, just keep following this all the way down. Oops. I'll just do the same thing on the last one here. Like that. Now, just pushing these down a little bit. And I'm going to start up here, putting my end caps on, because I think that for making the stripe, as long as the end cap is the color that your bands are going to be pulled through, we're going to be going from the other way because we turn our loom around. So if I have my end caps that are purple, I'll pull those through, and I think that helps to maintain more of the solid color in the stripe. Regarding the end caps, I know that for the original bracelet I've had a lot of people tell me that the middle row is definitely necessary, so this is our middle row, but that the ones on this side probably aren't necessary. I think they said it worked out right when they did it, but I guess I'm just gonna stay with them and continue using them on this row as well, just because that's what I'm used to. But if you are trying to conserve bands, I guess definitely need them on this entire row, but you may be able to skip them on here. That's up to you if you want to give it a try, because I mean, you probably need one on this first row, but then as you looped over, you'd create an end cap there to use for the next parts. But that's up to you. So end caps down the entire bracelet. Just on these two pegs, I'm choosing to use the color that I'll be pulling my bands through. But of course you can do what you like. Alright, get your end caps on, and then you do not need end caps on your last row here. So that's what it looks like. So now what we're going to do is turn our loom around and loom out the middle parts first. So starting here in this corner, go in through your end cap, grab your top band and just pull it straight up. Grab the next band down and pull it over to the right. Next end cap, grab the top band, pull it up, and then the next band down, pull that up to the right. So just like that all the way up the loom. So go in through your next end cap here, and you're just going to pull the bands back towards themselves, the middle stripe bands, or filler bands. And then don't grab your bottom bands yet. Alright, and last row. Okay, so that's what it should look like now. We just have the top colors loomed out. So what we'll do is we'll come back to the beginning here, and we're going to do the stripe bands, loom those over, and then finally at the end we'll go up the side. So if you come back here, grab that bottom band and pull it over. It's pretty loose, but it'll tighten up some as this isn't stretched so much. So just go in through all that and loom it over. You're going to do the same thing for all of the stripe bands. Just don't grab your underneath bands. Got it caught. Alright. So now we have all the stripes done. Then you just want to check to make sure you haven't grabbed any bands underneath. If you saw that, I know I had trouble earlier getting a band pulled up, so I must have twisted my band into the middle of this other stuff, so I had to fix that to get it out of there. But just make sure none of your bands are caught. If they are, it's not a huge deal. We can either undo your stripe, or you can cut it out and then just pull up, stick your hook through and pull up another band. It's up to you. So now we just need to go up the side. So come back here to the beginning, grab that bottom band and go all the way up the side. Alright, so then you get to the end, and you're going to want to put a C-clip up in this corner. Because this is the open part of the bracelet. There's two of them on this one. And just make sure you go through all the bands. Like that. So that's the first part. So what we're going to do is take off, well, first make sure to push these down so you don't lose it. And like I said, if you need to take this off to redo it, it doesn't look like that it would be too difficult. I guess the biggest thing would just be finding this band here and getting that on the other side of the end cap. But I don't think it would be too bad to, if you had to take this off to reposition it. But I'm just going to take apart the loom. So I'm going to remove these two rows on this side. So I'm just going to start up here by the end cap, kind of loosen the tension there. And just go all the way down. Alright, so like that. And then you're going to want to take your loom apart. So it's this way. I still have the non-red arrow side over here, so I'm actually going to turn it around so it makes a little more sense to me. And then I'm going to move these to the other side. So we have the bracelet part over here, your red arrows here, and then the next part, the loom, is going to be put together in an offset pattern coming down this way, like this. So our bracelet's over here, offset pattern this way, and just put it back together. Just like that. Alright, so now we're going to need to do the other side of the bracelet, and we're going to start first by just laying our bands up the right side. So again, you're doing the perimeter bands over here. So mine are black. So we're just going to start at the beginning and go all the way up. Okay. And then what we're going to do for this side, for my black stripes, we want to be able to loom out this way now. So what we're going to do is lay this band, and then this band needs to come over the bottom, your bottom stripe band, I guess. What I'm actually going to do is just lay this band all the way down the loom, and then I'll come back and pull up it should be your bottom band. In my case, it's the black stripe. So I'm just going to go up all the way up the loom this way first. So you kind of have to pick your hook up 20 times, well, 13 times. Like that. Then we're going to come in, and if it helps to turn your loom sideways, go ahead and do that. But I just want to grab the black band and pull that over. And again, I'm just kind of pushing my thumb along the bottom of the pin to get the bands to stick out so it's easier to grab. But just pull those and grab it over. Or grab those and pull them over. Just that stripe band. If it's not quite on the bottom, it's not a huge deal because we can move the other band. And the last one, like that. So now we have our stripes down. So now what we're going to do is making this exactly like the other bracelet. This is actually going to come, this color band that we have, it's going to come down to there. And you're going to take a broken band. So you're going to grab the band under here, pull it down to here, and lay a band here. And a band here. Then we'll go to the next row, grab that color band up here, pull that down, and you want to take from there and then to there. So underneath, pull that over to this pin, short one, long one. So grab this band, pull it down, short one, long one. And the same thing, color band, pull it down, and a short one, and a long one. Just keep doing this all the way to the bottom of the loom, or top of the loom, depends how you look at it. And obviously if you didn't put these bands on, you're going to have to find a way to get it underneath the end cap so that you can get those bands in the correct position. The last one, just like that. So now you have all the bands laid. And because this side is laid differently, in a way, especially because you're including the middle row, it feels really weird when you do this one, like you're doing it wrong. But as long as you're pulling this band out from underneath to this pin, then one from here to here, and then from here to here, you'll be fine. So now we need end caps. Now this time we only need I guess if you want them, you'll need one on every one in this middle row. If you don't want them throughout the bracelet, you'd still probably need one for this first pin. But I'm putting them on every one. So again, I think that it makes the color stripe stick out more if you use the same color on your end cap that is going to be looped through. So this one will be purple, like that. And then blue. Got excited, skipped ahead. And of course, you don't need an end cap on this one. You'll stop right here. Like that. So now we have everything laid on that we need to have on. So you're going to turn your loom around. And then we're actually going to be starting over here on this side this time instead of over here. On the other side it was in the middle, and then we went that way. So now we're going to start in the end cap. Grab the top band, pull it up there, grab the next band, and pull it up towards itself. And then you'll go in through the end cap that's stretched out here, that's the middle. And pull up that band and pull it way up, like that. So again, we'll start here, and go in through the end cap and the other bands. Grab that top one, pull it up that way, grab the next one, pull it up straight, and then come over here. And it is a little tight. Grab that striped band and pull that one up there. And the same thing for the next row. Top band, next band goes straight up, and then over here. And you'll have to dig around in here to get the right band. And then pinched. To dig around a lot. Try not to get it under the perimeter band. There we go. So it can get a little goofy in here, but it should be fine. Just grab the bands and pull them up right back towards themselves. Just make sure you get the right band in this one, that you're not pulling up the end cap. So you can kind of take a look, there's a nice little shape right here that each one has. So make sure that that's there. So up here. Thanks. It's a little too close for me. Sorry. All right. So just about done here. This. Okay, so like that. Now you're going to come back to the beginning and we're going to do our stripes. So just stick your hook in through here, pull your band over, go all the way down, grab that bottom band and pull it over. You can do that for each one all the way over, and then when we're done we'll go up the side and that'll close it off. So let's go in there. And the first band is loose, or it feels loose. And stretch that next one over, just because we have this middle end cap stretched out so much right now. Just make sure you get through top and the bottom of this band. So don't miss the bottom part of it. You gotta go through both of them. Okay, so just this last row, just go in through here, pull it up and over, just like that. So now, you know, everything, all the stripes are done. Now you gotta come back to the beginning and loom up the entire side. So bottom band. Alright, just like that. So now the entire thing is loomed again. You're going to need another C-clip or S-clip or O-clip or whatever you want there. Or if you're impatient, you can just stick your hook through and take it off so you can see what it looks like. Okay. So now you can take this off the loom carefully. Still put your hook in there, I guess. And there it is. Part of me, for some reason, almost think it looks better than the original on the wider looms. I don't know why I feel that way, but maybe it's just the colors I'm using this time. But that is the herringbone bracelet on one loom. Now, you want to know how to extend it. So, I'm actually going to change my position of my loom. I'm going to loom or lay rubber bands for the entire bracelet. I'm not going to, I guess, explain how to do that again, so you'd have to go back and re-watch that if you needed to. But I will show you here. So I'm just going to put my loom back in my starting position. So just like this. I think the reason why this bracelet is complicated to loom is because of the fact that this is, let's see, I'm going to grab my other loom here. It's easier if I explain it on this one. This is the original setup for the bracelet. And this is, I started with red as my color. We laid the bands, we turned our loom around and then loomed up this way so our open end is here. But if you notice, when we laid our stripes for this, they were this way. They were going up this way towards the center. And then when you take it off the loom, for whatever reason, I guess the way the banding is laid, the stripes actually change direction and go back the other way. So I think that's why it's confusing to extend, because you're looking at it going, but the stripes should be going a different way, so I don't, attaching it, you know, you want to attach it this way because that would be attach it this way, but this is the wrong end to attach it. If you're attaching it, it's actually on this end, and it just, you're looking at it going, but there looks like there's a space here. What happened? It's just because of how the bands stretched when you took it off the loom, that they reverse direction. So it makes it a little bit more complicated, or I suppose confusing, to extend this. But I'm still going to show you how to do it on one loom. Like I said, I'm going to loom my entire first half again, and then I'll show you how to attach the first half of the bracelet. I'm going to do that, loom this up really quick, and then I'll show you how to attach it. Okay, so I have the entire thing loomed now, all the way up to the end. So what we're going to do is you're going to flip your loom around so you're on the side away from the red arrow, and we need to attach our bracelet. Now, I don't know if it's just me or if it's, I guess, true or not, but there does seem to be a right and a wrong side to this thing, or they're just different. Like this side, it just seems like the black is more prevalent, whereas this side, the color is more prevalent. I don't know if it's just me, but that's just kind of how I view it. So this is actually the top when you're looming, so I'm going to try and stay that way as well. At the end here, I have the exact same setup we had when we would have started this part. There's end caps here, the bands underneath. So what we're going to do is we need to take this and fit it on this end part. This right here is, I just stuck a band through when I finished part of it so that I could get it onto the pin a little easier. Really what we need to do is get just the colored bands onto the pins, and then we're going to take off these black bands and use the ones that are on here already. It's easier than it sounds, but how we're going to start here is I'm going to start at this end over here with this C-clip and just find the center of that somehow. Probably use a hook anyways. And you want to make sure that you got through all your bands, which I am. So I'm going to take this off. If you have a C-clip on there, you can leave it on until you get it actually on the loom. So make sure you don't lose anything. But stretch that out, and you want to get it over this pin over here. Like that. And make sure you hang on to this, because this is actually the second time I'm doing this, because I was finishing the other side of this for the tutorial on how to extend it, and I lost a band, and the whole thing came unraveled, and so I'm starting over. But you know, at the center of the next group and pull that over the next pin. So we're just lining up what we had before. Sorry. Our little light is not working like a light should. So we got that next center part over the middle, and then this part right here, this little part hanging off, that's all that goes over this third pin. So just like that. And then what we're going to do to make this, I guess, simple in my eyes, if you don't want to lose two bands, then you'll have to unloom these two black, or my black stripe bands, unloom them, and then you need to pull them out, because all we want on here is the color stripe bands. And I'm going to make it easy on myself so I don't have to do it, and I'm going to cut them out. So I'll cut that one, and I'm going to cut this one. So I'll pull these out. Try not to snap myself. Looks like I didn't have that on all the way. So like that, and actually, somehow, my band moved. So, I need to fix my band here. I see it decided to migrate. So I'm just going to go under here because this is where it should be. Grab that band, pull it through here, and pull it up. Like so. So now, what you need to do is we're going to loom out, to make sure that this is secure on here while you're working on the rest of it, we're going to loom these bands. So go over here, in through your end cap, pull up that band, and pull up your next band, and in through your end cap, loom up over here, and then once those are done, we're actually going to go in here and just do the stripe band, so this is very secure. Sorry, do not do what I just did. Go in through your end cap, grab that stripe band, and pull it over. And then the bottom band, and pull that over. So there's one more thing we have to do before you can loom on. If we don't put this band underneath this one will poke out over here, and you'll notice it more because this is such a stripe pattern, whereas other ones it's not a huge deal, but it does show up more on this one. So we're just going to take it, grab this other band, pull it up, put the stripe band back over, and then put this band back on. Like that. So now that's attached and ready for us to loom the rest of this side. Okay, so then this side is all done. We just need to do exactly what we did before, loom up the entire side of this bracelet, and then when you get to the end here, I'll show you what to do. So you'll just want to loom up the rest of this, and I'll show you how to, I'll wait to take it off, and then I'll show you how to attach the other side. Okay, so now I have everything loomed on this side. Still have my attachment down here. I'm just going to make sure to push all of these bands down so they don't pop off the loom. And then I'm just going to put a C-clip on here before I take it off. That, and then we'll take it off. I'm just trying to do it little by little so that I don't get too aggressive and end up pulling it off the middle pins. Alright, so now we have it off. And what I'm going to do is take my loom apart. Actually, I'm going to turn it this way first, where I have the red arrow down here. And move these to this side. So our bracelet's over here, and our loops are all on this side. And then we need to set up our loom again so that it is offset this way. And then you need to lay the rest of the bands for this side. And I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you how to attach this end of it. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have everything loomed again on the other side. All my end caps are on this row, like they should be. So I'll turn my loom around here. And we just need to attach these two onto these two pins. Our middle is technically already connected, so we don't have to worry about doing that again. So now it's just a matter of getting the middles of here and then place where our C-clip or your hook or whatever is, getting that on that pin. So I'm going to start here. And hopefully this time I won't miss anything. Try not to kick my camera around too much. So like that. And then do the same thing for this one. Alright, so that's how it should look right now. Sorry, get my hand out of the way. So the middles of our bands on here. Now I'm gonna remove my C-clip. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did before, which is I'm just going to cut out these two bands, the black bands. I think it's just a little easier and quicker. So that one and that one. And just pull the pieces out. Now it looks like that. We're going to do the same thing we did before then. We just want to make sure this is really secure on the loom. So we're going to take and starting here, we'll loom out our next color. In my case it's the purple. Like that. So we got those loomed out, and then what we'll do is we'll go in through our C-cap, through our end cap, and pull the bottom stripe band up and over. Do that for both of them. Like that. And then again, like we did on the other side, we're going to lift up this band, grab this band that comes down here, replace the stripe band, and put the outside band back on. So now the stripe is trapped inside. And again, you're just going to go up the rest of your loom, do your rubber bands just like I showed you before, and then I will show you what it looks like when we take it off. So I'll be back. Okay, so we have both sides attached. I have everything loomed. I've got my C-clip on up here. So now it's time to take it off and see what it looks like. Alright, so here's what it looks like. It looks pretty good. Here's where we connected it right here, and I guess I can't really notice a difference throughout the bracelet. So I think that looks pretty good. This definitely may be 2 full loom lengths long, maybe a little large for a child-sized wrist. So if you want to reduce some of the rows, that'd probably be a good idea. Otherwise, this bracelet seems to kind of have a little like natural bend to it, almost kind of like a tire. So what you could do is, if you want to make it, like if you have it out flat, you can see how large it is. But if you take it, and if you wanted to start kind of in the middle here, and hide C-clips in here, and attach like my black perimeter bands, if you attach those together all the way along, you can kind of turn it into almost a bangle, which would reduce the size of the bracelet so it wouldn't be quite so large. So you don't have to figure out how to reduce the rows. That would be a suggestion, I guess. It would look pretty cute that way as well, instead of the flat way. But that's my tutorial for the herringbone bracelet on one loom and how to extend it on one loom. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I really appreciate that you're watching my videos, and I'll definitely have more for you in the future. So thank you very much.